Thank you for finding some time for yourself. And if you could close your eyes and draw your focused attention to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. And I'm curious to know where the start of your breathing begins. Is it in your chest? Or is it the tip of your nose? Deep within your abdomen? Or something else? And you can smell the air as you breathe and relax into the finer details of your breath. While your conscious mind is listening to the sound of my voice, I wonder if your unconscious mind has been in trance before. Maybe while stirring a pot of food on the stove, stirring round and round and round into a daydream. Or if you've ever been driving down the highway and missed the usual turn off. Or maybe on some other level, you know you've been in deep trance before. Either way, you're fabulous, just as you are. What most people love about hypnosis is they can relax. And I wonder if you can relax your feet now, more specifically the webbing between your toes. Relax around your toenails, relax. The joints in your toes, relax. The very ball and tips of your toes, relax. And if you can relax the finer details now, go on and relax your calf muscles, knee joints, cartilage, bones. And you might find when you relax, that involuntary spasms might occur. But you're perfect, just as you are. And as you relax your cheeks, the details of your eyes, the muscles around your eyes, and you can find that deep sense of relaxation. And if you were sitting in front of me now, I might notice the carotid artery in your neck. Observe your pulse slowing down. And you can feel the pulse at your wrist, the inside of the elbow, the pulse on the top of your foot, at your groin, the pulse on your temple, the pulse behind your knees. That's how special you are. And sometimes clients try to tell me they are relaxed, but find themselves not wanting to move or talk. They choose to ignore the effort it would take to close their mouth and jaw to enable speaking. And the other thing that people love about trances are the sensations, the feeling of heavy relaxation. And for others, it's lightness, or the ability to feel large or small, or spontaneously realize they are pain-free now. And in the past, you've been experiencing alcoholism or drinking. But it's got nothing to do with you. There's a process to it. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a few stories, and at first you might be thinking, why am I sharing with you these stories? But your subconscious mind will find them of value and do something wonderful for you. A little later on, maybe you've read in the paper recently about the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson during COVID lockdown. Boris said all the guidelines were observed. He was satisfied no rules were broken. During a party at Downing Street last December, and in 2019 Boris denied lying to the Queen when he advised an unlawful shutdown of Parliament for 5 weeks after Brexit. And the power to suspend or prorogue Parliament lies with the Queen, who acts on the advice of the Prime Minister. And on the morning of the 24th of September 2019, Lady Hale, Brenda Hale, Baroness Hale of Richmond, was aware the eyes of the whole world were upon her. She had studied law at Cambridge in the 60s, became the youngest person to be appointed to the Law Commission, became a judge in the Family Division of the High Court. She became Deputy President of the Supreme Court, rising to President in 2012. And her career was sometimes exciting and sometimes dusty. And to quote Lady Hale regarding the Supreme Court's decision, this was not normal prorogation. It prevented Parliament from carrying out its normal role. And some say the future is uncertain, but the future is predictable. If someone eats too much food all the time, the future is predictable. Someone who lies all the time, the future is predictable. Someone who speeds in their car all the time, the future is predictable. Now, alcoholism is just like headaches or allergies, or maybe even limb pain on some level. The alcoholism has just been an anchor. Most clients express the only way they can get to a certain kind of experience, which is positive, is to escape the conscious experience. And in a moment, I want you to tune in to that part of you that loved being drunk in the past, Once you've tuned in, if you could make your speech a little more slurred, your vision from the past a little more blurry, and you can laugh your way into that old state now. And I want to ask this old part of you now what its ultimate goal was. And I don't know if it was so you'd feel happy, socialize more, really zone out, or something else. And I want to ask that old part of you now, did it have a higher purpose? Now I want to ask the sober side of you if it agrees to help the old alcoholism part of you, if it will help you achieve those goals, to be happier or more relaxed or whatever it was. Good. And if I was to be working with a client who wanted to lose weight, and they think going to the gym is easier than eating chocolate cake already in the fridge, they haven't exactly set themselves up for the correct process. So as you tune in and take a few relaxing breaths, I want the sober side of you to think of 3 things that are easier to do to achieve that state of being happier and more relaxed. Now, I don't know if it will be to play loud music and dance, or watch a funny movie, or go for a walk, but they must be easier and faster ways of making you feel more relaxed, happier than what you had done in the past. Once you have those 3 things, 3 different ways of feeling happier, more relaxed, I want to ask both sides of you now, do they both agree to do these tasks from now on? And you can thank that old part of you for its time now. Begin to integrate the process. Visualize yourself doing these tasks now. More content, more happy, more relaxed. And I wonder if you can sense the satisfaction growing inside of you now. And if that's at about a 5 or a 6 out of 10, If you can bring up that sense of new tasks, satisfaction to an 8 or a 9 out of 10. And I wonder what all the nice things will be that you will say to yourself. Things like, I'm proud of you, or you were really relaxed today, or thank you for doing those tasks, because who doesn't like a compliment? You don't have to use your own internal voice. You can have Mother Teresa say it to you, or Chris Hemsworth, or you could have Rambo say to you, to survive a war, you've got to become a war. Or have Mad Max whisper in your ear, it was hard to know who was more crazy, me or everyone else. Once you choose the types of words and phrases and accents, you're anchoring yourself to. I wonder if you want to add sounds, dings, pings, or visual emojis, complimenting yourself, uncaring for yourself. Your new sense of self-care. Now, I don't know if you'll feel more empathetic or understanding, courageous, or something else. But what I do know is you have the ability to respond with different tasks now. Your responsibility. When you're ready to orient yourself back to your external world, you can stretch out, take a few energetic breaths, smell the fresh air, and open your eyes. Welcome back. You're perfect, just as you are.